All right, football season has come and gone, and now we move from the field inside to the hardwood. Welcome in, everybody, to RBTV's broadcast of Bulldog basketball as they open up their season against the Golder College Prep Panthers in this year's Thanksgiving Classic tournament. I'm Aiden Sheff, alongside my partner for this season, and Henry Juergens. Glad to be with you this evening. Finally, we've made it to late November, Henry, and it's time to see what Mike Reingruber has in store as he heads into his 9th season as this team's head coach.
Yeah, well, this should be a fun one this season. We're excited to kick it off here tonight, this Thanksgiving week.
Yeah,
it's
if
his
you want
9th.
to take a quick break for this.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this game and this season a little bit, Henry?
Yeah, well, as I was saying, we're excited to kick things off tonight. Thanksgiving week. It's Coach Reingruber's 9th season as the head coach varsity. But Reingruber has been in the program for 29 seasons here at Riverside Brookfield. In his 2nd season as the varsity head coach in 2018, Reingruber led the Dogs to a 28-5 record, tied for the most wins in a single season in program history. Winning the 2019 4A Regional Championship and the Metro Suburban Conference Championship since his arrival as the varsity coach under a little decade ago. Coach Reingruber has built up a foundation and turned this program into one of the most respected and hard to take down programs, honestly, in the local Chicago area.
I would say so.
And I think it's safe to say the Bulldogs have a prized coach on their side. Now it's time for the players to get the job done out on the court.
Yeah, well, as they get introduced down here out on the hardwood, they have 8 seniors on this roster, so pretty senior heavy, alongside 4 juniors and 2 sophomores. With a senior heavy roster this season, Henry, I'm interested, and it should be fun to see who takes on that leadership role for this team. I expect there to be a lot of guys that take on that role, but who will be the prominent leader on this roster? What voice will be the loudest, both out on that court, but also in the locker room, getting things going pregame or even in the early morning practices? Should be fun to see, and we will get a preview of that with their first game here tonight. A little player spotlight that I want to go over here on this squad. RBTV's own, actually, Colin Cimino worked with me in the football games out there, and he does a pretty good job out on that basketball court as he is actually committed to Denison University, a D3 school in Ohio. The scouts, before he committed, of course, talked about him as a tough-minded perimeter player, quote, scores on threes and at the rim and moves well off the ball. You would certainly hope so with that 6'6" frame. The Bulldogs will need Cimino to continue to grow and show why he is a collegiate-level player. As we are just moments away from tip-off here, the start of the Bulldogs season.
Yeah, and 2 other new faces to the RB varsity level is Noah Van Tholen and Anthony Tyler, 2 sophomores. But honestly, they're ready for the varsity level as we see Noah Van Tholen getting his first start tonight at the varsity level. So we'll see what he can do here for the Dogs.
Speaks volumes, yeah, speaks volumes as a sophomore starting on varsity. As Colin with a nice tip there. That looks scheduled. Whoa. Oh, boy. An exciting yet scary start there. I'm left speechless. And that's the first bucket of the game. Van Tholen went in off the dunk. Landed hard. Nonetheless, he's back up, in the Bulldogs will look to continue here 2-0. And an early turnover as the pass loaded up deep. Couldn't connect to the other Golder player there.
Yeah, Bulldogs looking to get out to a strong start here and an early lead. And make a statement here in their first game of the tournament.
Yeah, well, not to underestimate their opponent here tonight, but they do look bigger and stronger. We'll see if that can hold out on that court tonight. Cam Mercer getting things unloaded with a corner three to start. We'll see if this one gets ugly quick as the Panthers inbound. 7:20 to go, nearly knocked away. That's Liam Enright, number 30, who actually, as a part of my little segment here tonight and for the season chef special, ahead of tonight's game, I picked Liam Enright to be one of the guys that is a key player in tonight's game. I spoke with him actually just yesterday, and one of his accomplishments, personal accomplishments for his senior year, he wants 20 assists in one game, and that is quite the feat for anybody to reach at any level of basketball, let alone high school. Would be insane to see, but I know what kind of work ethic Liam Enright holds, and I wouldn't be surprised if he at least comes close to that. But nonetheless, I do expect him to hold a great impact here tonight as they kick things off.
Yeah, Enright's just overall basketball ability, you could definitely see him getting 20 assists,
yes,
for sure.
Definitely. As the Panthers look to get a shot up, they can't. Outlet to Enright and an easy layup. And an early, strong lead for the Bulldogs through just 1 minute as they turn it over once again. All offense here for the Bulldogs. Cimino unloads and hits. How about this for a start? They're already up double digits, and we are just a minute and 15 in.
Yeah, 10-0 run for the Bulldogs in the first minute of the game.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully it doesn't get ugly here fast, but it's trending towards that definitely, Aiden.
Yeah, well, Coach Justin Earls for this team, for this Panthers team, he actually grew up on the south side of Chicago. He went to De La Salle, graduated in 2013, and coming out, he played basketball in high school. He was ranked the 21st best player out of Illinois and the 66th best in the Midwest, which is honestly very impressive. He played basketball at Eastern Illinois University. He had hopes of playing overseas after college before being sidelined with ACL injuries. He's heading into his second year as head coach for Golder College Prep, and it does take a lot. We've seen it in football and now with basketball. It does take a lot. Many years to get your program going under your regime. It takes a lot to get your message heard and really instill your culture into a program. So we'll see if Golder can build on that this season. It starts off tough against a good Bulldogs squad. That will be Bulldogs ball.
Yeah, and we really see a good head coaching matchup where you have the experience on Ryan Gruber's hands, but on Earl's hands you have the literal basketball experience, right? And so it'll be interesting to see how the different schemes kind of work for these two head coaches.
Yeah, obviously ball experience. Some of that has to translate when you take on the coaching job. That was, Samuel Wells on the last shot attempt for Golder. Cimino off the mark there with another open corner three, and Golder will look to push it as they lose it there. This is Gabriel Linton, the freshman, taking things up here for the Panthers. Van Tholen with a wide frame. The sophomore on the freshman looks to guard him, and he gets the steal. Mercer moving things up quickly. A nice move and a tough shot. Nonetheless, he is fouled. And he looks to see, yes, he will go to the line for two here as the Bulldogs will look to extend their lead with 6:08 to go in the first.
Yeah, this is Mercer's senior year in high school. He's been a significant player on this Bulldogs team for the past 2 years, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do in this upcoming season and see if he can carry the Bulldogs to conference championship and further in the playoffs.
Yeah, obviously we talked about it pregame. Coach Ryan Gruber has a winning pedigree under his belt, that's for sure. Mercer knocks down the first, 11-0, pending another one, could be 12. But Ryan Gruber, he knows what he's talking about. You said this is almost his 30th year as a basketball coach, and when he was a sophomore coach, he won so much. It was honestly incredible. He was the varsity coach for 16 years. He moved it up to the varsity level, and honestly, it's looked just about as good. So a high standard for him in that locker room, I'm sure. And I know Ryan Gruber wants to beat this Golder Panthers team, probably by a wide margin as they look to move it up the court again. Cimino in there for the jam. And another easy bucket for the Bulldogs in transition.
Yeah, talking a little bit more on Ryan Gruber. He's produced 12 college basketball players in his time as the varsity head coach at RB. So not only attesting to the fact of the overall team success, but individual player success as they continue on to the collegiate level is huge for Gruber's program, Ryan Gruber's program.
That is correct. This might get ugly really quick. It already has. 17-0. Golder's just looking to get points on the board. And that is rejected. The long arms of Cimino swats that one away across court to Mercer. Kind of fumbles it a bit. Out to Biskupic. Cimino again. Hesitates. Looks down low. He's got Enright. Spins out. Van Tholen for three. It connects. points towards the crowd, and it's all Bulldogs here. Ryan Gruber all smiles out on the bench, and the Bulldogs barking their way through this first quarter. We are just 3 minutes in, and they're already up 20 points. But more impressively, 0 on the other side for this guest team.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a trade-off. What's more impressive, holding them
Seriously.
to 0 points in the first 3 minutes or scoring 20 points? A very good way to start the season for the Bulldogs and a huge momentum builder.
That is for sure. I'd be surprised if they let this momentum slip. That is the Bulldogs. But going into Ryan Gruber a little bit more, it is his 9th season as varsity's head coach. He coached sophomores, like I said, for 16 years, from 2001 to 2017. And in that time, he won 15 conference titles in those seasons. And he won the Thanksgiving Classic tournament 8 times as a sophomore in that level. He finished with a coaching record of 303 and 86 at that level. So like I said, the winning pedigree shines through at all levels. He finished 21-10 last year, most recently as the varsity head coach. But overall, in his 8 or 9 years, he has a 176-56 record as head coach at the varsity level. That's just second all-time in Bulldogs history, trailing Tom McCloskey, who amounted 360 wins for this program in 22 seasons.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have had success in this Bill Vandermeer Thanksgiving Classic.
Yes.
As they've won 7 tournaments since it was organized in 2003. So just showing that the Bulldogs have potential to be able to win this tournament.
It is for sure. They've done it before. Why not do it again with a strong roster that's showing tonight? Mercer turns it over, was trying to move too quick. But the Panthers respond with a turnover again. It's been sloppy basketball for the purple and black here so far through the first quarter.
Yeah, Panthers definitely have to switch something up if they want any chance in this game.
That is for sure. Speskupik will look to inbound here. Van Tholen, what an interesting player, a sophomore. You have to imagine he gets looks from scouts already with his wide frame. I don't even know if he's done growing yet, but already he's got the size to be a very special player, at the very least at the high school level.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I believe he had an unofficial visit to U of I.
Okay.
U of I, a top program in college basketball. I believe
school.
They're ranked 13th in the country right now.
As Mercer is off the mark there. Impressive players all across the board for this varsity squad. The bench runs deep as well. Like we said, 8 seniors scattered across this team. And Van Tholen right on cue. Pokes in there. Semino looking for the jam. And there was contact on that one. Went up. Couldn't get the ball up. That's because it was a foul.
Yeah, Semino trying to get his second slam of the game.
Yeah.
But the Panthers not having it.
No. Wasn't going to let that happen as Semino will go to the line, look for 2 to extend their lead to 22. So an interesting thing to talk about here is the shot clock. I don't know if you've noticed on the broadcast, they have 35 seconds each possession. This was actually introduced as a trial in tournaments. Of course, this is the Thanksgiving tournament. It was introduced just 2 seasons ago in 2023, and now it will be made official across all of IHSA basketball next season. Obviously, the coaches liked it enough for IHSA to stick with it. So this won't be going anywhere after this season.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of a shot clock.
Yeah.
Speeds the game up a little bit.
I would say so.
Kind of forces teams' hands in a way. You can't just hold the ball for a while.
Yeah. Those 1 to 2 minute possessions that were somehow going on beforehand will no longer be anymore.
It creates a better atmosphere for the game, I believe, as well.
Golder off the mark yet again. That was Julius Hall in there for the attempt. Couldn't get it to go. Mercer capitalizing off of their mistakes once again. As the freshman will take it up again for this Panthers team. That's Gabriel Linton, a player to keep an eye on. No matter the school, it's impressive to start as a freshman on the varsity level. Van Tholen will go up there and through contact, makes a nice play, a sweet bucket for 2.
Yeah, Van Tholen just a natural-born athlete as his vertical is unmatched, honestly.
There's another steal there. Pass too long for Semino. Will chuck it back in as the Globetrotter tactics won't last much longer than that. 3:17 to go in the first.
Yeah, I like to call that Enright style passing right there.
And we talked to Enright before the game, like I said yesterday. He compares himself to Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. Interesting for sure. Tyrese Halliburton is a very prized player in the NBA. He's kind of turned the Pacers franchise around. He says that they both, quote, are all for their teammates. Anytime someone is open, their eyes better be up, because if not, it's hitting you in the head, meaning that pass will be accurate and on time. You better be looking for it from big number 30.
Yeah, definitely hard to live up to that reputation of Tyrese Halliburton, but we'll see if Liam can do it throughout the season.
Like I said, I think he does have the work ethic to get the results that he's looking for, as the Panthers sloppily turn it over once again. They just can't seem to capitalize off of anything.
Yeah.
And it shows with 0 points up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you definitely see that more with unexperienced teams, as the Bulldogs, you can tell, is more experienced. The Panthers have a freshman starting at the point guard position, so you're going to get sloppy turnovers like that multiple times throughout the game.
Yes, growing pains. There's one thing for certain. There will be growing pains with this Panthers team. Did not have the most successful season last year. It's not looking too hot for them to start here. Mercer with a nice pull-up and knocks it in.
We also see Anthony Tyler checking into the game for his first varsity minutes. He's definitely a promising player for this team, as he's only a sophomore.
5'11". Mercer reads that pass beautifully. He goes up and yams it home. A lot of action at the rim tonight to start things off for the Bulldogs. They're getting up there.
Yeah, we got 3 dunks in the first half from the Bulldogs. And honestly, it's a lot of people on the team, right? You're spreading the ball out well. Van Tholen, Semino, and Mercer all getting one.
We might see just about everybody on this Bulldogs squad get out there for some action here tonight and get loose. Hunter Twitty, another guy out there tonight. Big number 12, standing at 6'7". Anthony Tyler pump fakes back to Van Tholen. Will cut inside, outside to Walker Burns, back to Cam Mercer up at the top. Will look down low, won't get it there. Van Tholen now settling in at the corner. A nice pass, somehow fitted in there. Mercer through contact, can't get it to go. Twitty with the long arms fights for the rebound, can't get it. And the whistle will be blown. Play is finally dead with 1:40 to go.
Yeah, 1:40 to go, 30-0 Bulldogs lead.
Who could have predicted it? I think me and you both before the game were predicting a Bulldogs win by a pretty seismic amount, but 30-0 in the first quarter without it being over yet is pretty impressive.
I mean, it doesn't really matter who you're playing. This Bulldogs team is coming out their first game of the season and putting up 30 points and giving up nothing against it. I mean, it's still a high school varsity team, so you have to give credit where credit is due to the Bulldogs.
As they will call that an offensive foul on the Panthers. They'll turn it over quickly once more. Have to think that this Panthers team will hear an earful from Coach Earls after this first quarter when they try to talk things over. Not so pretty, as Van Tholen will take it up again. He's kind of their field general here out on the court tonight. Van Tholen will pull up and miss it off the mark. Twitty can't hold on to the rebound as the Panthers will try and push it. It's Linton, the freshman, looking to get in there. And off the mark again for the Panthers. They've got numbers, the Bulldogs. Van Tholen inside, kicks it back out. Tyler, pump fake to Burns. Back to Mercer up top. Good ball movement down low to Van Tholen once more. Twitty there up at the top. Mercer from deep, and he connects.
A deep 3 from Mercer, showing off that 3-point ability.
All the way from North Riverside. What a shot there from Mercer, number 5, the talented senior who can do it all on both sides. As RB, their student section, cheers on the Panthers for their first point. I believe that was Linton with the 3. They're looking to see some action here. Not so much one-sided anymore.
Yeah, freshman's first points on varsity.
Yeah. Good accomplishment for the kid. He looks to pull up here off the mark.
A little heat check from him.
Starting to feel himself. He's got Twitty up top. Won't get it there. Tries to make a big move inside, and he's fouled. And no, they'll turn it over. They'll say that that's a travel. So Twitty getting loose here, his first varsity action, obviously. You can't ignore the height from number 12, as his arms can outreach just about everybody on that court here tonight.
Yeah, Bulldogs are going to need him in some of these games where you face taller opponents. And I think that's what Coach Ryan Gruber is trying to do here, is get him accustomed to the varsity level and the physicality that comes with it.
Well, what a better way to do it than in this game, right, where you have the edge by 30 points in the first quarter. Get yourself loose, get yourself used to the action. Obviously, there will be more high-powered teams that you come to face throughout this season, as Mercer attempts to knock that one away for what feels like his 12th steal of the game already, but won't get there. It'll be knocked out of bounds, stays Panthers ball. But I feel like Ryan Gruber will definitely use this game continuously to try and get these guys loose, as another horrible turnover there from the Panthers. The Bulldogs student section letting them hear it.
Yeah, Coach Earls is not going to be pleased with his team's performance from this first quarter. And he'll look to come out of this game with just, maybe some positives, as there's been little to none here.
Yeah, that'll mark the end of the first quarter. I think it's safe to say that was all Bulldogs, 33-3. And I guess, Henry, 30-point lead. What sticks out to you most through one quarter here?
I think it's the physicality, to be honest. I think it's also just the preparation for this game. You can tell. You could tell the Bulldogs were prepared. They came out first play of the game. Within seconds, Noah Van Tholen was at the rim.
Yeah.
And I think that just sets the tone for how the game is going to go. As we've seen, the Bulldogs are up 30 here with the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, they were up 10-0 with just a minute and 15 into the actual game, which is incredibly impressive. And like I said already, it doesn't matter who you're facing as your opponent, right? You have to apply the pressure and you have to make your presence felt. You have to create your identity as a team. And clearly Mike Reingruber is probably in there telling, his guys in there right now in the huddle, don't slow down. Keep applying that pressure. Keep showing everybody else in this tournament what kind of team you are, so that final score makes these other teams scared.
Yeah, you make a great point there, Aiden. As you're not playing, obviously you're playing the Panthers right now, but you're also playing high-powered teams like Fenwick later on in this tournament, so you need to show them that you mean business.
Set the tone, that is for sure, as the Bulldogs and Panthers will come out for the second quarter here. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. I'm sure the Bulldogs are glad it's only 8 minutes a quarter here tonight, as they have full control of this one. No signs of slowing down.
I'm sure the Panthers are too, to be honest.
As that was Miranda to inbound to Samuel Wells, a sophomore on this roster. We'll get it back to Linton, who's had the ball a surprising amount as a freshman here for this team. He'll look to shoot another three. Can't connect. Misses badly. We'll see whose ball this is. It'll be called the Bulldogs off of Wells.
Yeah, good play by Walker Burns just to let it go out. Don't try to make a play in the corner when unnecessary.
Enright will take it up here. We'll see if he can get an assist on this play. Obviously, he's looking for a couple of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think Enright kind of goes more for the assist and not the points.
Oh, there you go. There's one of them. A nice dish there inside number 15, one of the seniors on this team, the sixth man for the Bulldogs this year, and Walker Burns, another tall forward.
Yeah, I feel like the Bulldogs, honestly, they kind of do more of like, obviously they have a six-man, but you can see like Anthony Tyler, he's going to be in the game a lot too for this Bulldog squad as we see him manning the offense right now.
Looks good so far. We'll see how he can continue to control it. He'll go up for the bucket, and off the mark, Twitty attempted to put it back in, couldn't do it, as the Panthers will try to move it up court. They've trapped themselves here in the corner, and he is out of bounds. Bulldogs ball once again. I'm losing track of all the turnovers here, Henry.
Yeah, if there wasn't a scoreboard, I probably wouldn't be able to tell.
No. Into Twitty down low. Tries to size up and gets rejected.
And it's almost like Twitty wasn't expecting it. As you said earlier in the broadcast, Enright said, you better have your eyes up at all times, right?
Yeah.
So Enright proves his statement true there.
Absolutely. Aaron Guzman, one of the seniors on this team, in for his first action here tonight. Tyler pump fakes out to Enright for three. Gets set. Off the mark. That's an air ball.
Yeah,
so I might want to stick to passing. They are up 32. No need to worry about air balls here so far. You want to keep it that way. Wells will go up for the tough shot. Off the mark. There's the rebound for Enright. Maybe look for a triple-double tonight. Guzman kicks it outside. Burns adjusts, catches it. Twitty for three. A high arcing shot that's off the mark. We'll call it a pass.
Good pass by Twitty.
Into Enright for two.
I mean, he almost faked it like a shot.
Yeah. Disguised it pretty well, I'd say. Linton will take it up here again. Make some moves. Try to cut around the corner. Enright's too big for him. Kicks it out to Wells. Breaks his own ankles there for a second. Just trying to get the ball movement going. Trying to scheme something open here on this offense for the Panthers. He'll take another long shot. Off the mark once again. These three-pointers aren't looking too hot.
Yeah, you can
Neither is anything else for this Panthers offense right now.
You can tell Linton is probably their primary bucket getter, but hasn't really been working tonight as we've seen him only make one shot.
Tyler with a nice dish. The ball movement, even though they're up 34 now, they're still looking to spread that ball around. No selfishness, which I think is another very important trait for a basketball team, and a basketball team that wants to be a powerhouse. At that, you got to be unselfish. You can't have a single selfish player on your roster. You got to be willing to spread the ball around, no matter the score.
Yeah, I feel like that's historic with Reingruber's teams. We see a very unselfish brand of basketball.
Got to think that's talked about and preached in practice leading up to the season. The Bulldogs are looking to make their presence felt in this tournament that they've won 7 times since it became a thing. Twitty in there for the jam. The 4th dunk tonight, attacking the rim 4 times here in this first half.
Yeah, and 4 different players nonetheless. Just proves the athletic ability of this Bulldog squad.
Yeah, the wingspans on this roster, extremely impressive. An easy rebound there for Enright off the air ball. Look to take it up and do it all himself. A nice reverse layup there to add an extra 2 to his repertoire. Linton will take it up again. Enright still applying the pressure. Linton just trying some acrobatic shots there. They'll call it a foul. We'll see if it's on the floor. They'll take it to the line. And they will take it to the line, so Linton will attempt for 2 here, their freest points of the night.
Yeah, it appears we'll see 2 more subs check into the game for the Bulldogs. Not quite yet, though. We'll see Ben Veskubic, who we already saw in the starting lineup, and then Evan Elsie getting his first varsity minutes here.
Another guy getting loose. Elsie in for Enright, Veskubic in as well, this time in for Twitty. So Twitty, a couple rough moments to start, but got up there and got his jam. I'm sure that was a nice confidence booster for when he gets back out there at some point in this game. Evan Elsie, another guy making his first appearance in Bulldog white and blue at the varsity level. Interested to see what he has in store here tonight. Veskubic drives in, through contact, off the front iron, looks for the rebound, can't get it. Looks to have jammed his thumb on that play.
Yeah, Veskubic's gonna be mad about that miss.
Yeah. Roberto De Leon driving that one in, can't get it to go. Burns slows up. Tyler for 3, off the mark, front iron. Veskubic, the tough, gritty player he is with the rebound, gets fouled.
Yeah,
through contact, he's still grabbing that thumb on his shooting hand.
Yeah, a common theme we've seen from Veskubic as a very physical player. We saw it on the football field, and now we're seeing it on the court.
Multi-sport athlete. Those are the kind of guys that you love to have on your roster, no matter what sport he's playing. That just shows grit off the bat if you're willing to put the time and effort in for multiple sports at the high school level. That free throw is off the mark there. 42-4. The Bulldogs are up 38 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Linton spins away and can't knock down that shot. Nothing's fallen for this Panthers team still in the second quarter. Outlet pass just a little too long. Veskubic frustrated with himself there.
Yeah, seemed to be a little bit of a miscommunication. Maybe just
slowed up a little bit on that pass.
Missed pass. Ryan Gruber probably won't be happy with that.
No. 38-point lead, still upset with the little things, as you should be. That's what good programs do. As Phillip will come in, that's number 11, Phillip Hilgenberg, the junior.
Actually, I've played Fortnite with him before. He's a really good Fortnite player.
Well, so there you go. Maybe that will translate to the court.
I hope it's as good as on the court.
We'll see. Anthony Tyler takes it up. That was a 3 made for this Panthers team. We're looking to kick it down here momentarily for a sideline interview along the court side.
What sports do you play?
I play basketball and football.
So how would you describe the energy in the room right now?
I feel like our crowd is really pushing the energy, and as you can see, the scoreboard is really getting intense. We're kind of blowing them out. I feel like the energy's up. You know, everybody's involved. It's making it a good game.
What do you think we can expect in the second half?
More of the Bulldogs blowing the Panthers out.
And what brought you out to the game today?
Well, of course, I play basketball, so yeah, gotta support.
All right, thank you.
All right, as we kicked it down there for the sideline interview, continues to be all Bulldogs, though the Panthers just scored again to cut the lead to 34, Henry. Never mind, another 3 there to make it a 37-point lead, 46-9 Bulldogs. as Linton will take it up again. I don't know if he's subbed out yet in this second quarter. And we'll see what the call is there. Wells tried to drive in, and it is Bulldogs basketball. Evan Elsie held strong against Wells, and the Panthers turn it over again as Mercer will sub in for Guzman. Skupik set to inbound. Be interested to see what happens in terms of the future for Cam Mercer. He's extremely talented as a basketball player. Feels like he still has a bit of a career ahead of him as Cimino drives in through contact, yams it home, sticks out the tongue to the sideline, to his bench. The Bulldogs are feeling it right now, Henry.
Yeah, you can tell Cimino's feeling it by sticking out that tongue.
Yeah, nice move from Linton as, again, the Bulldogs are hyping him up on the sideline. Trying to get the feel of this going a little bit more two-sided. The Bulldogs will turn it over here. And the Panthers can't get it there, but they will call it a foul on the Bulldogs, so it will stay Panthers ball. Looks to be on the floor. No, they'll head to the line. So that is number 10, Julius Hall, the sophomore. A lot of sophomores on this team for the Panthers. And what comes with inexperience, obviously, with freshmen and sophomores is, like we said, growing pains. I think it'll be interesting to see the future for this Golder basketball team, where their program is headed. I think it's yet to be seen as to what they have in Coach Earls, but he's still laying the foundation out, right? Obviously, it's different for Coach Reingruber, as you know, he was already in this program for 2 decades before taking on the varsity job. I don't believe Earls was with Golder before taking that varsity job. So to set, the foundation for yourself is something that takes years to do, and I'll be interested to see what Golder can do in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard task to come into something you honestly have no familiarity with.
Right.
So Earl's definitely looking to take over the program and turn it into something it hasn't been.
Yeah. As to be called a backcourt violation. Looked to get it out to Wells. One of their guards couldn't do it. 48-12 as we are a minute and a half away from halftime.
Speaking on Earls, it's got to be frustrating as a coach when you go out there and have performances like this, as you grew up ranked the 21st best player out of Illinois.
Yeah.
Like, that's just something that would really, I don't know, like, as a player and as a coach, you got to
see more from your team.
You want to see more from your team.
Absolutely.
And it's got to be frustrating, but he just has to stay calm in those moments and battle with the process, I guess.
Oh, a tough foul there. Mercer almost gets it to go. Seems as if the Panthers are playing a little bit more feisty, trying to get the ball back in any way, shape, or form, just to get more points on the board to shorten the Bulldogs' lead. Mercer will head to the line. He's already got 17 points tonight, Henry. Looking to add on to that.
Yeah, almost NBA numbers from Mercer here in the first half.
It's not like we've not seen this before. I mean, this is something that Mercer has done time and time again. I don't know exactly how many 20-point performances he has had before, but I know there's been a couple at the very least. He is a very efficient scorer. He knows when to take the smart shots and when to lay back and pass the ball. He's an unselfish character, and that's exactly what Reingruber looks for as we head into a timeout mid-free throw. So Mercer made his first, looking to make his second to put them at 50 points against the Panthers 12 as we are just a minute and 20 seconds away from halftime. Come out of the break here. Mercer will finish his session at the free throw line, as you got 2 juniors out there right now in Hilgenberg and Elsie. And of course, you've got the sophomore in there and Van Tholen as well. So a good mixture of players here in terms of experience out on the basketball court here through the first half.
Yeah, you love to see the diversity with, obviously, there's a bunch of talent on the court, but just with grade levels and being able to kind of mix and match. And I feel like that'll help your team in the long run for sure. Definitely.
To know that you still have a lot of these guys, even though there's 8 seniors, 4 extremely talented juniors on this roster for at least, another year is, a healthy reminder, as all of them are extremely talented and will help this Bulldogs program get even better next year. Cimino going in once again. Can't get it to fall, but will be fouled. He'll be sent to the line to try and tack on to the Bulldogs' lead. A little bit more stop and go here in terms of the fouls as we head into the end of the first half.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Earls is kind of dreading these fouls right now. Just wants to get his team into halftime and have that halftime talk. Hopefully being able to change up the game plan a little bit and look to come out of this game with some positives.
Yeah, well, Bryson Jackson, number 24 for the Panthers, has 2 fouls, as well as number 15, Roberto De Leon. So they're getting in there and hacking a little bit more, just trying to get the ball back by any means and put some more points on the board, as this one got out of hand quick, but it's only increased as well.
Yeah, we'll see Cimino convert his free throws there.
Wells will take it up for the Panthers, look to make something happen here in the final minute of the second quarter. Bulldogs still applying the pressure. Ryan Gruber is not backing off. Wells around the top. Looks for a man to pass to, can't find him. Off the legs of his intended man, he'll dish it down court to Van Tholen. A little cock back there for the 5th yam of the night.
Yeah, this has been obviously their offense has been great, but this has been a defensive masterclass from the Bulldogs. Just the amount of switching and just on-ball defense that the Bulldogs have done is truly amazing, to be honest.
As another turnover there. Bulldogs will take it back. Coach Earls seems to be frustrated on the Panthers side of things. But as I've said, make no mistake, this is a struggling Panthers team that is trying to find their identity. You can already see through one game. But the pressure that they're emitting on the defensive side of the ball, even up 42, is something that other teams and other head coaches, if they're in this gym right now watching this Bulldogs team, they're going to have to take note of, because whether they're up 40 or they're down 40, they're going to play the exact same way. So that will be an offensive foul there on Mercer. Tries to plow through his man there, and Wells, as he complains to the ref, Wells that is, he'll turn it over, and the Panthers will have 6 seconds to make something happen. And wait just 1 second, is that a tech on Wells, number 11?
Yeah, I believe he had a little extracurricular activities to say to the ref. And that'll give the Bulldogs,
free throw?
Points.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think
Mercer will be sent to the line here for a free throw.
I believe high school, it's 2 free throws and the ball.
All right.
So that's,
they got 6.5 seconds.
Yeah.
We saw what they did with, just a minute and 15 into this game in the first quarter. We'll see what they can do with 6.5.
And it'll be interesting to see how this second half will be, as, it's a 40-point game, right? But also to see how the Panthers will come out and just if they're going to be, I guess, mentally in the game still.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see. I expect a lot more mixing and matching, different puzzle pieces tried together throughout this Bulldogs roster in the second half, seeing what they have on all fronts, guards, forwards, and centers. Mercer will inbound, 6.5 seconds to work with. We'll get it to Elzy. He'll drive inside, kick it out. Van Tholen will have to shoot long range off the mark, and that will do it for the first half of Bulldogs basketball. They find themselves up 44 points here through 2 quarters. An impressive first half in the first game of the season for Riverside Brookfield. Not a whole lot to complain about as they head down to the locker room. As Cantor finishes the first half with 21 points, Colin Cimino with 11. And the rest of the Bulldogs squad doing the rest of the dirty work, just enough to put them up 44 here at the end of the first half.
Obviously, a strong start to the game. How important is it to start off the game fast? And
it's always important to kind of get in your little groove right from the start, and it's always fun to play against other people. We've been practicing against ourselves for so long, kind of seeing what we got. I was really happy with how we shared the ball throughout the half, but really the first quarter, we had 9 assists in the first quarter. I thought we really passed the ball well, and that kind of set the tone for all the makes because we were getting a lot of real open shots.
All right. And what has the team done in the first half that you want to be shown throughout the whole season in your team?
I think I just said it. Sharing the basketball, I think, is a big portion of what we're looking for. We've got a lot of capable scorers, and we have guys that are really unselfish and are playing for each other right now, and we want to see that continue for the rest of the year.
All right, thank you. Back to the commentators.
All right, well, we are back here, folks, entering the second half. The Bulldogs find themselves up 44 points A score of 56-12. They did not shy away from scoring the basketball there in that first half. Henry, what are we thinking so far in the first half of Bulldogs basketball?
Yeah. The Bulldogs have been all flat out dominant.
Yes.
On the defense and offensive side, as we've seen Cam Mercer, who had 21 first half points.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unheard of in the high school basketball atmosphere.
Yeah. Have to think he's not done there. That might have been a travel, and they will call it. That is Linton again, who far and away had the most shots attempted in the first half for that Panthers team. They weren't really able to get a whole lot of shots up, but Linton was the man who was just trying to score as best as he could, and there were only 12 points in result of that.
Yeah, and we'll see if Coach Earls adjusts to maybe feeding him the ball more, as it kind of, I guess, worked, or I guess was the most successful, you should say, for this Panther squad.
Bulldogs with back-to-back offensive rebounds. They turn it over away there. Enright looking for the no-look pass, couldn't find it. And De Leon off the mark there with the mid-range. They're going to try to push it here with Mercer down the court, and they will call that an offensive foul. Pretty clear push-off there from Mercer as he tried to drive inside.
Yeah, that's his second offensive foul of the night. I'm sure Ryan Gruber isn't pleased with that.
Yeah, I think he definitely overpowers that guy anyways. I don't know if there was much of a need for that push-off. But Mercer still a very impressive player, aggressive at that, right, and sometimes that'll cost him. As Biskupic falls to the floor there, no whistle. Tries to drive inside, and that is a travel from the Panthers. That's not the first time we've seen that call tonight on their side.
Yeah, and Coach Earls has got to be frustrated, as the Panthers have already turned the ball over twice in the first minute of the second half.
The Bulldogs will take it back here. Van Tholen dishes it out to Enright across court to Mercer. Up at the top is Van Tholen, down low to the big man. Colin Semino gets stripped away. Wells down low. Can they convert? Swatted away! But De Leon finds it off the mark again. They cannot corral the rebound. Pulled away there by big number 12. Can't find it. Panthers still have the ball until it's signaled to the Bulldogs.
What a block by Mercer, man. Getting up there, glassing the ball nonetheless.
Yeah, very impressive player, man.
Yeah, what a play. And just shows the athletic ability of Mercer.
He's going to rack up anything he can on that stat sheet, regardless of the score, until that clock hits 0. Van Tholen, another corner three there, 59-12. The Bulldogs' first points here in the second half.
Yeah, you can't leave Van Tholen that wide open and expect him not to hit it.
De Leon pull-up three won't fall in. Panthers just looking for anything at this point in the second half. Semino drives in, up there through contact, finishes strong. Semino doesn't bat an eye in the face of pressure.
Yeah, you can't jump with Semino there.
No.
Just get out of the way.
This Bulldog squad has two guys listed over 6'5", and Semino at 6'6", and Hunter Twitty listed at 6'7", so gonna have to use those wingspans as much as you can.
All right, I'm here with Marco and Pablo. What team has brought you out for the game tonight?
I mean, seeing my friends play. I used to play freshman basketball, and I quit, but seeing my friends play just brings me joy.
To come see Peter, Lobby, and Colin Semino come play.
How confident are you that the Bulldogs are going to close out the night strong?
Pretty confident. Playing a college prep school that's not the best, so as you can see by the score, pretty easy game.
Pablo?
I mean, right now we're doing pretty good, but we got to continue pushing to the medal, so we won't stop. Can't give up.
And what moment has been your favorite so far of the night?
The first play of the game, tip to Colin. Colin passes to Noah, and he slam dunked to start the game. Pretty good way to start the season off.
All right, what about you, Pablo?
Mine's been Colin's threes, you know, Cam going in strong to the paint, just being that paint beast.
All right, thank you. Back to the commentators.
All right, well, you heard it down there, excuse me. The fans are loving it. They're loving the jams, which isn't very surprising. Not super often do you see a whole lot of dunks in one game, let alone one half. But we were treated with that in the first game of the season here in the Thanksgiving Classic from RB.
Yeah, RB spreading the ball well, too, as we've seen 4 different players throw it down.
A nice block there from Enright. Out to Semino, and 2 steps was all it took. Didn't even dribble. His third dunk of the night.
Yeah, this is becoming a way too common occurrence for this Bulldog squad.
In transition, this Bulldogs team is playing extremely well as they're getting in there and poking it a bunch. It's resulting in a lot of fun plays on the offensive end.
Yeah, but also translates to fouls. If we've seen the Bulldogs already have committed 2 fouls here in this second half.
Wow. Some extracurricular play there from Tyshawn Mitchell, one of the seniors on this team, one of the bigger guys on this team. Totally unnecessary as you're already down 53 points. No excuses for plays like that as Mercer will kick it out to Biskupik. Haven't really seen the ball in his hands a whole lot tonight. Kind of the facilitator, the Draymond Green role of this team. As Van Tholen cross court to Mercer. Nice fake inside, mid-range, off the mark, but he was fouled. We'll see who it's called on.
Yeah, that play by the Panthers, that's stuff you see in Church League, right? That's kind of a Bush League play from the Panthers. And especially when you're down that significant of an amount.
Yeah. Mercer still finding a way to get to the line. Like I've said already numerous times, a physical player will not go down. And if it's him that has to take that shot, he will go up with it and find a way to put it in the basket. Some changes made here for the Panthers.
And that'll be another technical on the Panthers. Their second of the night, which you rarely see in high school basketball.
Well,
but I do think the refs, as I heard from Colin in class, that they're trying to crack down on the technical fouls and
interesting.
Less of the extracurricular activity.
Yeah, the jawing from the players sounds like they will not take it anymore. Melgoza just checked in for the Panthers, and then I didn't catch exactly who that was on as they're talking it over with Coach down on the sideline. Coach Earls with the refs looking to see who that was on. But I do want to say something here, Henry. When you do build a foundation and you take over a high school program, regardless of what sport it is, the number one thing that you need to hold firm is discipline. You can't let your players be undisciplined, let them jaw at the refs, whether it's football, basketball, you name it. You have to be clean, whether it's with your mouth, right? When you're jawing off with, you know, the refs or other coaches or other sidelines. You can't be stupid on the court or off the court. And that's really one of the first key steps into building something special.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there. As we see a rare Colin Cimino turnover, as that's his first of the night.
It's like those size 14 shoes were just an inch out of bounds there. Linton tries to spin away. That pivot foot working nicely until Enright just overpowers him. Cimino, maybe with an on-purpose pass there off the backboard, looking for the assist to Van Tholen. Bulldogs now at 71 points here with 4:15 to go and counting in the third quarter. Linton tries to make a move. Out to Wells, can't corral it. Van Tholen steals it, up for the jam. And that is what I'd like to call a ridiculous call. And we see this sometimes in college, Henry. It's catching his momentum off of the rim. And honestly, if he lets go moving forward, there's a likely chance that he falls. And the boos are roaring extra loudly right now in Bulldog Stadium here. And honestly, rightfully so. I think that's pretty ridiculous. If he doesn't catch his momentum there, he's going down hard. We've seen Van Tholen go down hard on his back twice already. With the very first play, he went up for a jam and nearly fell on his neck. So we didn't want to see that again. Just an awful call there from the refs. I do get it. That's what they're told to do. Just doesn't make much sense because he has to catch his momentum.
Yeah, a little confused there, honestly, on the call. It's just kind of like, I feel like, what does he want him to do there?
Right.
As I feel like that jeopardizes him and his health, as he could get injured from that.
Exactly. As Van Tholen is talking it over with Coach Ryan Gruber. Doesn't seem to be too upset with him after that technical, as he was really just looking to, you know, stay healthy and clean on that play. As the Panthers look to be a step out of bounds there, just as Cimino was a couple of plays ago. Anthony Tyler into the game here, number 3.
Yeah, we saw a 5-man rotation for the Bulldogs as 5 new faces are on the floor for them.
Yeah, getting everybody loose here in this game. As Tyler looks to dish it down low to Twitty. He's got an open look over the middle. He'll take it way off the mark. Twitty tries to catch his own shot there. He'll get knocked down to the floor, and it's a travel call on big number 12.
Yeah, another example of just trying to get accustomed to the physicality of the varsity level there for Twitty. As he has the talent, it's just about getting there physically.
And this Bulldogs training staff and coaching staff is one that knows what they have, I think, in Twitty. With a guy who's standing at 6'7", you're not going to waste that height. As he takes a three here, won't go, rebounded by Guzman. Hillenberg looking for the offensive rebound there, poked away quickly. Just a lot of back and forth basketball here as new players are subbed in. Tyler steps in for the three off the Panthers turnover.
That'll be Tyler's first varsity points as a sophomore. Huge accomplishment for him.
Burns on the defense, assigned on Linton. Corner three off the mark as Tyler will bring it up. Tyler looks like a veteran out here. Really pacing the floor really well as this offense's point person, bringing it up the court. Burns tries to find his man down low, was looking for Hilgenberg, but he motioned late.
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunication on that play there. Either Burns or Hilgenberg thinking they're doing something else.
Good thing you're making these mistakes up 62, so you have a lot of breathing room, right? Which is, it's crazy to say that they're up 62 points right now in the third quarter, but that is what we're working with right now. As Panthers offense just trying to make something work. Tough bucket there, won't fall. And a lot of contact here coming down on the rebound. And refs won't call that a travel. They're gonna let that play. And way off the mark.
Yeah.
It's number 10, Julius Hall. Panthers just cannot get anything going here through three quarters.
You can tell the refs are just trying to maybe move this game on a little bit, as it is a humongous score differential.
Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like it. Obviously, this is my first basketball broadcast, and the Bulldogs are setting themselves a high standard as Tyler just misses that one off the offensive rebound. He's played really well all night. One of his first shots that is off the mark. Hilgenberg tries to get that steal there on Linton. Linton will try to press back, use his speed to cut in, tries to make a couple moves around the junior, and takes the three, won't go. Shooting percentage for him not looking too hot right now. He's going to try and improve that as the game moves along here towards the back half. Twitty will drive inside. He will get fouled. See if it's on the floor.
Yeah, I believe it's on the floor. Stripes said no shot, I believe.
The clock stops at 1:20.
Is there, Aiden, this random question, do you know if there's running clock in high school?
Well, in high school basketball, I'm unsure, and you would think, if there were like sort of a mercy rule kind of, esque rule in play, that the clock would be running right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if the game was over 50 or so points here, especially in the second half, you'd see a running clock. I mean, granted, Twitty is at the free throw line right now, so maybe when the ball is dead, that's a different story instead of just being at the line. But we will see here, pay closer attention to that the rest of this game. But it would make sense for a running clock in situations like these, right? You're up now 63 points in the third quarter with still, 9.5 minutes of basketball to be played. So definitely would be reasonable to, add one to the game if there wasn't. As Twitty is off the mark with his second free throw, makes 1 of 2, 50% from the field there from the line. Taking it up is Melgoza. Tries to move through Tyler. Out to Bryson Jackson, who was fouled. It will be a shooting foul, so he will go to the line for 2. Try to get the Panthers to 16 points.
Yeah, I think if you're the refs, you kind of just got to let it move on here. It's such a wide, obviously you want to be fair, but it's such a wide differential at this point. You can kind of let little stuff go,
Yeah, I mean, I think we know where this one is heading at this point. I think we know who will come out on top in this one. The Bulldogs just overpowered this team all day long, and it's been really impressive. Obviously a lesser Panthers squad, but what a way to start off this season for the white and blue. It's been fun to see really everybody get out there, right, and get used to what is varsity action out on that basketball court. And almost everybody out on that court right now has hit a shot other than Hilgenberg, who has the ball right now, will try to handle it and move inside as he will get fouled there.
And I believe that'll send him to the line for bonus.
As he will go to the line for 2. So 4 out of the 5 guys in right now for Riverside Brookfield have made it onto the scoreboard with points. Hilgenberg looking to be the 5th guy out of 5 here. 77-16 is your score with 49 to play here in the 3rd. As you hear, "We Want Charlie" chants down there from the student section, of course, referencing Charlie Sloan, who is warm-up off down there on the bench, so maybe we'll see him get the green light here in just a moment. You're almost done here in the 3rd quarter, still have 1 quarter to play, so we'll see what the call is there. You also see Peter Lobby with his warm-up off as well, so we'll see what Ryan Gruber opts to do here in the final quarter of tonight's basketball game.
Yeah, 2 players that haven't seen any action yet. We'll see what happens.
There's an offensive foul there on Linton. Keep having to remind myself that that kid is a freshman, so that might be one of Coach Earl's first prospects in this program for him, for this team. He's got, an extra 3 years to work with him and turn him into something special that he views in his eyes, so we'll see what he can do with him. Guzman gets on the board there with an easy 2.
What a dish from Anthony Tyler,
Yeah.
just taking it all the way, and an easy dish to Aaron Guzman.
Yeah, he's looked really sharp all night.
Yeah, making it look easy.
Twitty out there, shrugging the shoulders on that shot from Linton. The bad pass there from Guzman, nearly turned away. And it is now Walker Burns dishing it out to Guzman for 3. How about that? He finds one from beyond the arc. Big number 24 for the Mamba. As that one won't go from half, and that will end the first 3 quarters of basketball. 1 more of this lopsided game to go. It's all Bulldogs, and it will remain that way through 4 quarters here tonight, pending something drastic, which neither of us, expect. It's been all Bulldogs, and through 3 quarters, who would you point to, as we're going to have to pick somebody eventually, who would be your Mike's Hot Honey player of the game, Henry?
Right now, I'd go with Cameron Mercer.
I would agree.
He's definitely been the best player for the Bulldogs, and I believe it's senior year, first game of the year. He's really shown out for this Bulldogs squad.
Yeah, getting it done on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. He knows how to score efficiently. He has over 20 points here tonight. What a player this Riverside Brookfield program has lucked into with Cam Mercer, a guy who stuck around into his senior year. We've seen guys transfer before, after their junior year. So obviously Coach Ryan Gruber and company blessed to have a player like him lead the way for this Bulldogs team. And when you have players like
Penzo, and what has brought you out to the game tonight?
My grandson, Cameron Mercer.
What do you think the Bulldogs have done right today to maintain this big lead?
They played their game, baby. They played their game.
How big of a part do you think grit has played in this team?
Who? Repeat.
How big of a part has grit played in this team?
A big part.
Okay. And back to the studio.
All right, well, we were just talking about Cameron Mercer, and who better to talk about Cam Mercer with than his own grandmother? So an interesting outlook there. Obviously, he's a very special, talented player. Peter Lobby for 3, gets loose and is way off the mark. He's gonna have to shrug off some of these jitters as he gets loose here. A couple of new Bulldogs in here. Jamarion Atkins, the forward, the junior, gets his first action here as a varsity player here tonight. So Ryan Gruber has gotten everybody loose. Charlie Sloan in as well.
That'll be another turnover for this Panther squad, a common theme here in the whole basketball game. And let's see if the Panthers can maybe fix it here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, well,
and on a strong point.
You heard it from Cam Mercer's grandmother. They played their game today. They showed out against, like we've said, a lesser Panthers team. They got the job done. I'm speaking in past tense because they're up 68 points with 7 minutes to go. This is a very impressive performance regardless of opposing talent level tonight from Mike Reingruber's squad.
And the pressure from this Bulldog squad has not let up at all.
And we've talked about that.
Playing such great defense here.
Lobby through and through. No foul called. Now there's a whistle. Might be on Atkins there down low on the man he was guarding in Tyshawn Mitchell.
Yeah, I believe that is on Atkins.
Okay, so Roberto De Leon will be sent to the line now. Has yet to score a point here tonight. Their leading scorer is, of course, you guessed it, the freshman in Linton. He has 13 of the Panthers' 16 points here tonight, so it's been pretty one-sided on their own as well in terms of who's putting the ball into the basket.
Good performance from the freshman. Obviously, low percentage shot percentage, but nonetheless, still scoring 13 points in a varsity basketball game as a freshman is very impressive.
Yeah, it's not like his supporting cast really helped him out too much, as there will be a foul called on the floor. Might be on De Leon. We'll see who the call is on. He's already got 4 fouls alongside Tyshawn Mitchell as well, so those guys are getting up there in the foul count as Lobby will inbound here. What a moment for Peter, who made the team as a senior this year. Must feel great for him. LZ tries to cross his man up in Linton, and Peter can't corral it, as it will be a turnover for the Bulldogs. Give it back to the Panthers here to try to cut the lead from 6 to 7.
Yeah, Labe just looking to do a little too much there.
Linton will put up a shot. A nice jumper there, mid-range. Got it to fall. The timeout will be called here on the Panthers side. So the last of your new faces here tonight, getting out on that court, out on that hardwood and getting loose. You've seen everybody hit the floor tonight for this Riverside Brookfield team. It's been interesting and it's been fun.
Yeah, it's really good to see all the players out there, especially in the home opener.
Yeah.
Special scenes here in the Bulldogs gym.
Yeah. 5 minutes to play here. Really not much to talk about. I wish there was more storylines, but with the Bulldogs up so much, I mean, what else is there to talk about other than the incredible performance that everybody on this Bulldogs roster has put out tonight to result in them being up what is now 65 points with 5 minutes to play as the Panthers head back out on the court. Bulldogs will break the huddle down, and they will finish this game up, I'd say likely victorious, right, Henry? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a team come back from this deficit.
This late.
Yeah, this late.
Definitely
Unfortunate for the Panthers, but I think this is a good building moment for them, and it really sets the stage for their future as you see the star freshmen out there being able to produce, and I think you can build around that.
Yeah, use this as fuel to the fire if you're Coach Earls. We lost by, 60 plus in our first game of the season. How can we build on this, and how can we prove to ourselves that we're better than that? Lobby will drive inside, scoop, and score! What a moment for number 1. How about it? The crowd is going nuts. People are showing their bellies. It's a wild scene right now inside RB's gym.
What a shot from Lave.
The scoop and score.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter right there, folks.
Linton will be fouled, and through contact, we're seeing him make tough buckets now in this fourth quarter. The freshman is feeling himself here.
Yeah, and last time he scored, I heard some he is freshman chants from the Bulldogs sideline. So I think
maybe got to him a little bit.
Yeah, I think
shut him up.
Yeah, they touched him emotionally or something.
Linton will hit the line and cannot convert the three-point play off of Atkins' hands for the rebound. We'll get it into De Leon. He'll try to put up the shot, and he is fouled. So he will be sent to the line for 2. A little bit of sloppy basketball. Obviously, these guys haven't touched the court yet out right now. LZ and Guzman being out the longest here. Have played more in the second half. But the other 3 guys are just now getting loose.
Yeah, love to see Charlie Sloan get a bucket here as he is a senior.
As with 3.5 minutes to go, the Bulldogs are still up a pretty wide margin. And Sloan will inbound now after the free throw make from De Leon. Sloan will take it up the court into Guzman.
I think that free throw was a game changer for them.
Yeah, I would say so.
It cuts the lead to more manageable.
Yeah, we'll see how the Panthers respond on defense. Guzman looks for another 3, fires off the front iron there. As Linton will look to move it up again, maybe get another tough bucket in there, fight for another 2 or 3 points. I'll tell you, he's pretty shifty. He's got some handles that he can work with, and he will just chuck that one up. A bad look there. De Leon with the rebound over Lobby, and he will score. Guzman in the inbound to Elzy.
A tough bucket for the Panthers there.
And a steal there. Read that one like a book. 32 looks to pull up for the 3, will pull back. And now we're just chucking from Linton. And Sloan will move up the court. Can he get this one in? And he will be fouled and sent to the line. Everybody's getting a feel for what it's like to score the basketball at a varsity level here tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if Sloan can get a bucket here for the Bulldogs.
As we await the free throw.
Charlie Sloan, this is the biggest shot of the night for the Bulldogs.
Everybody on their feet.
Yeah.
Can he drill it?
The crowd will erupt.
No good.
Back
iron.
Yeah.
He's got one more.
One more.
We'll see what he can do here. Can he silence the crowd around him and dial in for this free throw?
Biggest shot of his career.
And
Drills
it's good.
it.
And it is good. The Bulldogs at 87 points. It would be a tall task for them to hit 100 with just a minute and a half to go. As another bucket there from De Leon. Lobby will bring it up now. And he will be tripped there. No foul call. It will be a turnover. And it will be Panthers ball with a minute and 15 to play.
Yeah, it looked like a little contact there, but I think the refs are just trying to get the Panthers maybe cut them a little slack.
As you see the running clock here. Linton will get the inbound pass and try to drive inside on Elzy. Elzy tries to poke it away. He'll stay in bounds and just throw it way back there. Now the Bulldogs will be able to apply a little bit more pressure here on the front court. Linton up top. Going to try to make another shifty move with it. Gets the screen, pulls up 4-3. Off the mark there. And they get the offensive rebound with another chance. And that one is off the mark as well. Lobby with the rebound. And feeds it out down low to Sloan, and he can't convert. A nice pass there. A Hail Mary from Lobby to Sloan. And Lobby with another rebound as they're looking to really just dribble this one out at this point. Panthers showing no quit, though. Linton will get it back, throw up another 3, and that one won't go. I really wish I was keeping track of how many shots he's put up today, because it's been quite a few. As Peter Lobby will dribble it out, and he'll get poked away. That's a little ridiculous from the Panthers.
Yeah.
But that will do it. Your Bulldogs find themselves up at the end, 87-26. What a way to start things off here in the Thanksgiving Classic this season, and what a way to set the tone for Mike Reingruber and company.
Yeah, what a game from the Bulldogs, especially Cameron Mercer, who had a career game, obviously, in the first half. I believe it was 21 points in the first half, and we'll see what he can continue with the rest of the season.
Yeah, you have to think that knowing him, he's going to try and build on this. He's not going to let this be the best performance of his high school career, as this is his final year. As, like you said already, as we talked about at the end of the third quarter, you picked him as the Mike's Hot Honey player of the game. I'd say the same. What a job from Cameron Mercer, big number 5, to get things done here on the hardwood today. An extremely impressive player, and we're excited to see what else he has in store for us his senior year this year. As we await the sideline interview from number 5, Cameron Mercer. We'll see if we can get it here. As we await. Maybe be a little bit camera shy here. We'll send it down to the court.
The Bulldogs end the night with the strong win. How important has the mentality been in this team?
Mentality is very important. Just competitive nature. Even if we don't go against, as good teams, still got to play hard for the future.
This winning nature, and grit we see is in every player. What can we expect in the next game in the upcoming season?
What you mean upcoming season? I'm a senior.
Like this season, what can we expect?
Hopefully we expect the same thing. Win, lose, draw, we're gonna still come out with that competitiveness and play as hard as we can.
All right, and what message do you want to send to the other teams in the conference?
I don't have a message for them. Just let's play hard.
Play hard. All right, thank you. Back to the announcers.
The Bulldogs find themselves atop 87-26. I'm Aiden Sheff, your lead commentator, alongside my main man and Henry Juergens. The Bulldogs deliver a huge victory. Just 2 days away from Turkey Day. Go home, eat your feast, and come back and watch more Bulldogs basketball as more will be underway throughout this season. We're looking forward to see what the Bulldogs have in store. I'm Aiden Sheff alongside Henry Juergens. Thank you. And that was Bulldogs basketball tonight.
Tough game here at Riverside Brookfield. Tough game for the Panthers. How do you guys think you can come back in the next following games?
Just more integrity, play harder, and just, practice harder. That's it.
How important do you think grit was throughout the play style of your game?
I think they was pretty good. We'll fight harder next time, though.
All right, thanks for watching. Everyone have a great night.